In this part of the practice series, we'll create the tables required for tracking projects and tasks, employees, objectives and key results, and more. Then we will focus on setting up all the attribute types. First, we will need to track employees of our firm. For that, we will create the first table. We click on the Create New Table button, choose an icon, color, and type in the table's name. Let's open the table. Now we create the columns. We will need to store employees' names, positions in a firm, and employment type, and an email address, for example. Alright, we created the columns. Now we can set the attribute types. The name will be text, and we will tell Lumeer to write every first letter of every word in uppercase. The position can be also text type. The employment type will be a selection attribute type, and we will define all the types of employment. So that will be the full-time, part-time, and temporary employment. Last one, the email address will be also a text. And now we can fill the table with some sample data about our employees. Okay, we would fill in all the employees in a similar way, but for us this will be enough. Next, we can create a table containing information about projects. We will keep the project name, due date, budget for the project, a person responsible for the project, and we can also have one column that will contain a description for the project. So the project name will be a text, due date can have the date attribute type, budget will be a number, and we can set the currency to US dollars. Then the project manager will have a user attribute type. And lastly, the description will be again text, so we can write description in the full text editor. Before creating any projects, let's create the tables for storing objectives and key results first. The objectives table will contain 3 columns: the objective, status, and we can also keep track of the quarter in which we will try to achieve this objective. Then we will set the attribute types. In the key results table, we will keep track of the key result description, starting value, target value, and the current value. We can also have one column display the progress in percentages. The last table we will create now is the table where we can keep track of meetings, so everyone stays organized and we can see all the planned meetings in our firm. We will create a column for meeting title and date of the meeting. We can keep the date and the time of the meeting. Then the duration of the meeting and the room. Room can have a selection type, so we can just pick the room from the list. Another column can be a list of invited users. It will have the user attribute type, so we can just select the users from the organization. The last one will be a message for the invited users in a text type. And that will be all for this part. In the next part, we will link the tables together, fill them with data, and also create a task table.